Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Gothic 2. Last time, we finished all the quests in the monastery, well, with the exception of one, and we are now taking the test of fire. We already got the sacred hammer at the end of the last episode, so now all we have to do is go out to the world. See you at the tavern. Alright, here we are. And our first step in going towards, well, this test of fire is to go towards the one path we actually never went to, which is thankfully kind of indicated by the fact that, no, still not visible. We're going down this path, and there should be, yep, a novice right here. One of the novices taking the test, as a matter of fact. That being Igaras.
It has happened. Enos has chosen me, and I shall take part in the test of magic.
I'm in it too. I demanded the test of fire.
You did what? So either you are a favorite of Enos, or completely crazy.
I've already done a lot of crazy things, so I'm positive I can pull this off too.
Enos holds his hand over me. Therefore, I shall pass this test.
Fair enough.
Have you seen Aegon or Ulf?
We split up at the inn. I went to the farms, and those two set out together. But where to, I don't know.
And? Found out anything yet?
Since you stand no chance anyway, I may as well tell you. Don't bother looking near the farms. There is nothing there that will get you anywhere.
Maybe we could work together.
Forget it. I'll accomplish this mission alone. You would just be a hindrance to me.
Sure.
Do you know anything about a living rock?
No. Did Serpentes give you this test?
Yes. Why?
I think I can imagine what he means. You wouldn't be the first person to fail this test.
Where exactly can I find this living rock?
Just keep following this path. After quite a while, you'll come to a river. Just continue to follow the path up the mountain. It's got to be up there someplace. When you come to a bridge, you've gone too far. If you get that far in the first place. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's supposed to be your test after all.
Rude. But yeah, fair enough. Additionally, there is a bit of a hunter's place right here. Dragomir.
So far from home. Out here you have to be careful, especially when you're all by yourself.
What are you doing out here?
Well, the tavern is too expensive for me. That's why I settled here. The previous inhabitants don't seem to need it anymore.
Huh.
Who used to live in this camp?
No idea. Probably some hunters. I suppose it got too dangerous for them out here.
Isn't it too dangerous out here?
Well, not if you can defend yourself. My crossbow has already proven to be of service many times.
It's not all that big.
But deadly if you know how to handle it. I used to have a bigger one. Unfortunately, I lost it. I ventured too far north into the mountains. There's a big stone circle there with a sacrificial altar. While I was hunting scavengers up there, these vile undead beings came out of the woods and attacked me. All I could do was run for my life. While I was running, the crossbow slipped from my hand. I bet it's still lying up there by that strange stone circle in the north.
Interesting. Can actually get that from him eventually. But first, he doesn't care, so we can just rob this place. And get some extra arrows, which is nice. Also a few extra skins. When we go back in town, our friend, what's his face? Bosper is gonna pay us quite a bit. So these two chests are locked, so let's just left, right. Easy. And I'm guessing this one is the opposite, like right, left. Right, left, nope. Right, left, right. Damn. Right, left, right. Not really worth a lockpick, but let's go. Oh, some extra arrows and a bow. Well, it's just a short bow, so again, meh, who cares? However, extra arrows do make it a bit easier to do what I'm about to do. Is the short bow actually better than what I currently have? No, it is not. It is equally as bad. Well, we have to continue going down this path, which is totally new for us. Mostly. There is, I'll show it in a moment. Any enemies? No? Oh, there's some field raiders here, but I'm gonna skip them for now. This path down there is actually right next to the farm. Owner's farm. Should have a better vantage point to show you this in a moment. Really? You keep missing these shots. Again, bows way more deadly than melee. Though generally not good against wolves, I guess. Goblins, though. Goblins just kind of strafe around you. So that it's easier to deal with them like this. Man, I really should have cooked some of my meat. Then again, kind of did not exactly have a location to do that now, did I? So fair enough, me. Again, these guys kind of are somewhat arrow resistant. So I'm gonna actually try to do this with swords. But as I was gonna say, down here, I think it's just on this side. Yep, this is actually all part of the forest next to Onar's farm. There's even a shrine to Innos down there. Jesus, my voice. A shrine to Innos down there, which you will recognize if you ever explore the forests around Onar's farm. Which if you're a mercenary, you probably did. But if you're a mercenary, you're probably not doing this quest. Now are you? Though you will have to go down this path in the main quest eventually. Really? Bloodflies are really just the best to deal with the bow. Because these guys are such a huge pain in the ass to fight with a sword. They, I think, have some resistance to slashing damage. And more annoyingly, sometimes hitting them like normal attacks will cause them to get knocked back in the air towards a higher location. And then suddenly you cannot attack them anymore because they're like in a plane that's too high. Let's not aggro all 3 chickens at the same time. 1 chicken is enough for me. Chicken number 2. Again, these guys are kind of pretty easy. And then we have chicken number 3. Which got us a level up. Nice.
Nothing there.
More max HP and more talent points. Now, the reason I'm kind of not using any talent points right now, is mainly because I want to save it till after I'm a fire magician. Because at that point, I'm suddenly going to have a lot of uses for more talent points. Over here you have apparently someone who got robbed. And then I guess the thieves decided to take his dead body and hang him upside down from a tree. And they left a bunch of scrolls of the guys in here. These thieves are awful at being thieves. And a leather satchel of money. Worst thieves ever. Keep eating. Save up, just for safety's sake. Now, there is a notable location just up ahead here. I'll show it for a moment, but mainly just to tell you to not go there. Oh, hey, I didn't actually notice you. Goodbye, mole rat.
Nothing there.
And there's, of course, a lot of healing plants here, which is nice. And you can hear some goblins here. Anyway, over here, there is a lurker, which needless to say is quite annoying. Thankfully, we managed to crit him here. Oh man, we're out of, what's it called, digger's meat? At least these berries are eaten real quick. So, past here there should be another lurker. Also, lots of blood. Lots of blood. Anyway, the blood is kind of important for what I want to show. God, I hate lurkers. They're so annoying to beat. I'm gonna drink potions for this one. And some cheese. Really? That's all my cheese. Oh well. And eat an apple. Or two. Now there is some meadow knotweed over there, but I don't really care. What is interesting here is the fact that this cave has a shadow beast in it. I do believe there's a second one in the back. And that there's a decent sword here, if you go for it. But I am not beating a shadow beast this early in the game. Even once I get the ability to cast spells properly, that will be a bit out of our league. Maybe when we have fireballs, that would technically be doable, but I'd still not attempt it. If you're a warrior, you can probably get a good enough weapon at this point to maybe fight it, if you really killed everything you saw. But on the other hand, there is a way better weapon a bit ahead. Well, quite literally down this path, for which you will have to beat 2 tough enemies, and then 2 enemies that are even tougher than the Shadow Beasts, but that are cheesable. Anyway, remember this hammer? Sacred hammer. Why am I wielding this? Well, because of this guy. Yeah, that's the guy we had to beat, the magic golem. And he was literally unkillable. Unless you have that specific hammer. In which case, he was very killable. Let's just loot the rest of the things here. Apparently a few people have tried to kill it. And have had less luck than we, shall we say. Anything over here? Nope. I believe we just got a long sword. If I'm not wrong, that should be quite good. Yes, requires 27 strength, but is better than the weapon we have. And since we have 30 strength, we can actually wield it. So we just got a 7 damage points upgrade. Again, odd number, a bit weird, but I'll take it. Rats! Actually quite annoying. Fighting 3 enemies at the same time, even if it's just rats, isn't exactly super easy. Still, this field is really good, because it has a ton of good herbs. Which, honestly, unless you're making potions, which even then you probably shouldn't be making, because it's really not worth it. You probably shouldn't care too much about all these. But the mana restoratives will be quite useful soon enough. And the HP restoratives are at this point still useful enough. So, you know, just can't stop myself from collecting them anyway. Speaking of, I can eat some of the herbs, healing herbs. Om nom 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 nom. And before we continue going, ooh. There is a dude over here. We're gonna circumvent him for a moment here and go into this section of the forest. Because over here, we have our tree with a dead body and our real good weapon. Leather satchel, water, bolt, come on, and a crossbow. And this is like a proper crossbow, not a light one. Which in this case requires a whopping 40 dex, but deals 55 damage, which is pretty good. But again, crossbows are kind of shit in this game, because if I remember right, they scale off of your strength, but require dex to use, so you know. No thanks. Alright, here's the next guy.
Hey you, stop right there.
What do you want?
If you don't want me to smash in your face, you'd better transfer a few gold coins for your pockets to mine, and pronto.
How do I laugh?
Say, have you seen a novice?
What? That might well be. Give me 20 gold pieces, and I'll tell you.
You're joking.
Do I look the part? If I don't see 20 gold pieces before you come even one step closer, then I'll flatten you. So fork over the door already.
Ha 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 ha.
Just get out of my way.
So you want it the hard way.
So there's a robber here, trying to rob literal priests, which, you know, should work just great for them. Yep. Went about as expected. Thank you for the healing. The annoying thing is, it seems it is getting to be nighttime. And nighttime in this game is super annoying. Not because of any powerful enemies or something, but because the visibility is awful. Even when you have like a torch, it's just awful. But oh well, we'll keep soldiering on. There's a few chicken here. Come on. Goodbye. And some more herbs. And we can see another novice up ahead. Well, let's continue and see who that is. It isn't Ulf.
You know what happened?
You've been chosen.
Right. Just as I was about to have a cool sip of beer, Darren comes around the corner and tells me I've been chosen. Who would have thought? The will of Innos is unfathomable. What brings you here?
I've demanded the test of fire.
It's not possible. Boy, you are damn brave. Does that mean you will also seek that which the believer finds behind the path?
Looks like it. Have you found out anything yet?
Well, I just followed Aegon, but in the meantime I lost him. And now, what do they say? Follow the signs of Innos. But I don't understand that bit with the path. So what? I'll keep searching.
Oh well, let's keep going. Ha, sucker. We're gonna find it before him because he
One of those scummy beasts.
forgot it. Because he cannot find it. Oh well, not my problem.
One less monster around.
Yep, you sure are right. Now let me just continue. Hey, buddy.
Hey, are you following me?
Nonsense. I just happen to be going in the same direction as you.
Okay.
There's another one of those scummy beasts.
That is my XP. Do not touch my XP. You can follow me all you want. But my XP is my XP, you fucker.
Stop running after me.
I'm not following you, but please, if that's what you think, then I'll take a different path now.
Yeah, he was following us. There's a statue of Innes and another casket here, which is great though. But now that he's no longer following us, there is another thing we can do here. And technically you could have made him follow you here and killed him. Which is if you go in this direction, you will find... any second now. A huge ass ruin. With actually kind of tough enemies here. In locations, including... that guy over there. A troll. Which is... to say nicely... a bit out of our league. Just a tiny bit. So if you want to get this guy killed, that is what I'd recommend. And honestly, it's probably optimal to do that. For reasons you'll see later. But I'm not going to do it. But yeah, as long as you talk to him a few times, he will at the very least stop following you. Oh well, let's keep going. Sadly, it is getting dark and visibility is already dropping, to say the least. And not just in the game, but also on my screen.
Nothing to be had there.
More like mushrooms. But for now, we're just gonna keep going and murdering anyone that's on our way. As you do. Sure. If you want to attack me alone, that's perfectly fine. You are free XP after all. Funny enough, from here you can actually see the giant, what's it called, ruin pretty easily. And the fact that it's essentially a Mayan, what's it called? Pyramid? Is it a pyramid? I mean, I think most people call it a pyramid, but is it technically one? Well, anyway, we can at least do one thing here, which we never did. Cast the light spell. Which, although a bit annoying, because now we have a ball flying above us, it does cause visibility to increase. Somewhat. Though the annoying part about this is, as soon as you load the game, it is gone. So, you can't really save and load with this thing out here. Well, you can save. You just need to be more careful about loading. Easy.
Plunder.
Let's just keep going. Thankfully, even with low visibility, this path is pretty straightforward. Of course, won't stop us from fighting a few more of these guys. Alright, 2 is more than usual, but definitely not an issue.
Nothing
Get
there.
some more loot.
Nothing there. Nothing to be had there.
Gotta love these chickens. Technically not chickens. And don't worry, we are slaughtering them right now, but as soon as we find their older brothers, and their much older brothers, we will have a bit more of an issue. Then again, by the time we find their older brothers, we'll have good enough stuff that, frankly speaking, there will no longer be a challenge. Please die already. There are some more bloodflies on that side, but we actually don't have to care about that, because we're going to this direction. Now, an important thing to note is, there are some dudes here that you can kill, and there's a cave over there, with some alright loot. I believe it is guarded by goblins inside, possibly even black goblins, though not a lot. So it's not the easiest fight, but there's some decent loot if you feel like going for that. I do not, so I will not. We're almost where we have to be, but first, there is a hunter here.
Hey, you. Are you waiting for someone?
Not anymore. You're here now, aren't you?
Why me?
Why me?
You look strong. I could use a fella like you.
What are you up to?
I want to hunt the snappers up there, but I think there may be too many for me alone.
Sure.
Okay, I'll help you. You go first.
Sure thing. But don't get too close to the black troll back there. He'll rip you to pieces otherwise. Got it? And we'll betide you if you chicken out.
Now, we kind of have to go towards this direction, which is good. Why it's really good to get this guy's quest. Because he will just kill these snappers for us. As you can see. Ah, shit.
All right.
Barely made it.
Filthy beast.
And he also took a lot of damage.
Can you teach me how to hunt?
All right. You haven't been much help to me so far, but let's not be too harsh.
Hey.
What exactly?
Now, he can teach us how to remove a bunch of parts here to get us extra money. In this game, this costs a lot more than in the first game, where there's just one learning point per thing. So, it's not worth it. It really isn't. You get more than enough gold in this. Not that you don't in the first game. And there's no real use for any of these. With the exception of mandible plates, which I don't think he can even teach you. Or maybe it's... So I think it's crawler plates. I think Wolf teaches you. So it's very much not worth it to even try. But anyway, if you keep going here, across this bridge, we'll find even more plant stuff. And I guess a giant rat. This is what happens when you cannot see really well. Things like that just ambush you. And give you free meat. How close are we to a level up? Ah, 2k. Not close. Oh well. And we have to keep going. And we will find a forest, which we don't really care for. And one last Shrine of Innes. Well, well, well. It seems this is son of a... Not at this point. Last scroll we had. But if we keep going here, you can find various plants. And something weird. Man, there's a lot of foliage on this wall. Matter of fact, there's so much, I could swear some of this foliage almost looks like there's no wall behind it. Huh. But that couldn't be, could it? I'll just pick up these mushrooms and... Ooh, what a twist! We have found where we have to be. Now, right is the correct path. Left leads you to a bit of a dangerous location. What do you mean by that? One moment. That is what I mean by that. Mine crawlers. Not the most dangerous enemies, but they're about the level of a lizard. And quite annoying, so I'm just not going to deal with them. If we keep going to the right path, the correct path, we find, well, a very obviously holy location. But oh no, what is this?
You are too late. I was here first. I have won.
Well, congratulations, you have really deserved it. Shut up, or only if you get out of here alive. Let's be nice.
Congratulations. You really deserved it.
What does that mean? What are you planning?
What are you talking about?
You want to dispute my victory. You want to kill me and take all the glory for yourself. You will never succeed.
Yeah, no matter what, you end up having to fight him. Thankfully, Agon isn't that tough. As long as you do proper guarding, you can very easily defeat him. Give me your stuff. And we have got a rune, which I actually need for another quest. And it is also what we need to prove that we have, you know, completed the test of fire. But with that, I think I'm gonna call it here. Next time, we're gonna return to the monastery, and we're going to officially become a fire magician, as we have totally completed the test of fire, and there will be no other issues. See you all then.